Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Today I'm joined by my wife, Chelsea, and as you can see right here, we've got just a ton of fragrances laid out in front of us. So what this is 10 very popular fragrances, most of these pretty expensive niche ones right here in the front, and then their clones behind them. And what we're gonna do is Chelsea's gonna smell these. She's gonna tell us how close she thinks the clone is to the real deal, and then also which one is better to her, bang for your buck wise. Because for the most part, these clone fragrances are about 1/4 the cost of the other fragrances. I mean, sometimes they're a little bit cheaper, sometimes they're a little bit more expensive, depending on which one we're talking about, but in general, that's kind of the range that we're dealing with here. So, I already have the dry down sprayed. Are you ready to get into it?
I am.
All right. Now I'll have each one of these linked in the description below, the clone fragrances, as well as the OG in case you want to check them out down there. And here are a bunch of
codes.
Yes, that you can use at different
stores.
If you want to save some money, yeah. Good job, it's so talented.
I'm Vanna White.
Yeah, maybe we don't have any, that's okay. All right, you just want to jump into it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna start, I guess, my right to the left over here. Okay. And that means we're gonna start with the niche one, the OG. This is Memo Irish leather.
Okay.
And here is the dry down. And I'll spray the opening. Now, fair warning, this is not necessarily like a massive, huge, super versatile compliment puller type.
Right.
Yeah, Irish leather is, its own thing, but it does have a pretty popular little following.
I mean, lucky for Irish leather, though, I'm not judging specifically the fragrance.
Right, no, yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's how close they are and which one you think is better overall.
But I mean, honestly though, Irish leather, you really can tell that it's a niche fragrance. It smells niche. It might not be something that, is super versatile and a lot of people want to smell. However, you can really smell the money in it.
You can smell the money in it. I really like Irish leather myself.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Yeah. So the clone is this one. This is Rasasi Deep Blue. I know. The name is Deep Blue. It doesn't make sense, right?
How? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Here's the dry down.
Okay.
Don't ever throw the tester strip. I'm just playing. I do that all the time. So to me, Deep Blue is pretty close to Irish leather, but maybe with a slightly fresher take on it.
Yeah. It's got a fresher opening, but that dry down is really, really close. It doesn't have quite as punch as Irish leather has, but the smell is close. Maybe you would just have to up your sprays to maybe get that same push.
Yeah.
But after the opening, that's really close.
So with this one, you need to tell us, I guess, or you do 1 to 5, 1 to 10, what do you want to do?
I'll do 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Since we've got 10 fragrances
here.
Okay.
On how close it is.
Right.
And then which one is the better bang for your buck. Now, I don't have the exact prices out here or anything, so we're gonna keep it kind of dumbed down.
Yeah.
Irish leather, if you're talking what you can get it for at discounters, maybe it's like 3 to 4 times more expensive than the Rasasi. I could be completely wrong here, but I think it's around there.
Well, it's really close. I'm gonna give it an 8, just because that opening.
In terms of how close it is.
Yeah, that opening is a little bit fresher. But the dry down, it's super, super close. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay. And then
obviously it's a better bang for your buck.
Okay, you do think that one's better?
Yeah, okay. For sure. I mean, especially in the dry down, all you gotta do is just spray on a little extra. Done.
Oh, okay. Okay, the next one is it's big dog. It's Angel Share.
I like smelling this one.
Yeah. So here's the opening. And let me see if I can finagle that. Here's the dry down. So yeah, you know this one.
Yep.
And then once you've had your fill of that.
I mean, we might be here for a while then.
Yeah. You good?
I think so.
Okay. The next one is Celerio. It's a weird name, is it? Celerio?
What?
Epic?
These names and it's like celery.
Celerio. I'm probably just mispronouncing it.
I think I'm smelling celery.
Epic. And this is from Dumont, Paris. That's the opening.
Okay. You know, I think I prefer the dry down of that one over Angel Share.
Of this one?
Yeah.
That one is, I feel like, really good.
Yeah, it's really, really close.
Yeah, so that one is like kind of a newer entry into the fold of Angel Share clones, because there's a lot of them, right?
There's a lot, and
Yeah.
it's a good one. And at this point, because there's so many of them,
It's hard
you
to stand
have
out.
to
Yeah.
be good, or
Yeah.
else, yeah, you're just not going to stand out at all.
Yeah, because there are new ones that have come out that I've smelled, and I'm like, it's not as good as like the other stuff that's already out, so who cares? But that one, I feel like is one of the tip-top ones.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. That's super close. I almost even kind of prefer the clone to the real thing. I love the dry down. Yeah, it's good. That's good.
And
It's good.
you're gonna give this the seal of approval, bang for buck wise?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I mean, I would imagine that's, what you said, like 20, 30. You don't have the exact price, I know.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
And I mean, Angel Share is a pricey little boy, so.
Yeah, it's a little costly. It's not like the most expensive one up here, but it's not cheap either.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard to find like for a real discount because everybody wants it because it's freaking awesome. So,
Yeah.
So that is where a lot of people, if you don't want to spend that much, or you really like it, maybe you even own it, but you sometimes want something that doesn't cost as much.
Yeah.
It's going to give you a similar vibe where the clones can come in. So yeah, for me, I put this one up toward the top
Yeah.
with the other big boys of the Angel Share clone round.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Next is this one.
Ooh, that's a hype beast.
Yep, Leighton. Everybody knows it. It's the most popular men's fragrance from Parfum de Marly, their best-selling fragrance. And this is another newer clone of Leighton. Because again, Leighton's got like, a boatload of clones. And sorry, this one is North Stag. This is kind of a cool name.
Okay.
Or two.
I like the bottle.
Yeah, we've got another one.
I know,
over there.
I've already been eyeballing this one over here. I actually really, like, this is my favorite bottle for sure once we get all the way down there.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They got like a little mirror in it.
Yeah, I like it.
So this is a new clone of Leighton. So like the big ones up until this point have been like Detour Noir. I'd say it's actually probably the biggest one. But I feel like that one is solid as well.
Yeah. This one, it's good. And it gets closer as, the dry down. It's kind of the same way with the Irish leather and the deep blue is you may have to spray on a little bit more to get the push.
Well, also the atomizer on this one, I mean, it's not bad, but like, it's not as hefty as that one.
Right.
As the PDM.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna have to give it some more sprays, but that one's good. I'm gonna give that one, I'm gonna give it a 7.
As far as similarity?
Yeah.
And then bang for your buck. Which one would you go for?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if I have the money to spend, then yes, I'm probably still going to get the PDM.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I've got the money to spend. If I don't, then obviously.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think Leighton, it's just one of those things, right?
Yeah.
Got a little something.
Yeah, it's got that like special sauce.
A little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Code Absolute. This was my favorite code, my absolute favorite code, and it's
Rest in peace.
F's in the chat. Yeah, yeah. It's it's got some similarities to like Code Profumo a little bit, but I always thought Absolute was just the tip top for me.
Yeah,
sparkly,
that's really
sweet,
good.
Like sexy, compliment puller.
Yeah.
Good for evenings, fall, winter time, all that stuff.
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds, the face of it, who is Deadpool.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's Deadpool. But anyway, this is the clone. This is Harmony Code Absolute.
Yeah, that bottle, clearly you don't need any kind of, coaching on what
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They didn't go with the same bottle shape, but they got the color scheme down, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the name. Yeah, Absolute. Harmony Code Absolute. Yeah.
Man, that is like super, super close. Like super close. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah.
Because it's super close.
I agree. The first time that I smelled that one, so like I said, I love Code Absolute, my jam. And when it was discontinued, very sad.
Yeah.
But I got that one, and you know, I was like tentatively excited, but it's one of
Right.
those deals where it's like, hopefully you don't completely botch the thing, and they didn't. Like when I smelled this, I was like, oh, code, like code
Yeah.
absolute. So
Yeah, it's super good.
I'm in agreement. And obviously, bang for buck, yes.
Oh yeah, you don't need to pay any.
Jacked up prices.
Yeah.
From there, we move to another designer fragrance. It is Victory Elixir,
Yay.
which is another one that I am. This is sparkly, kind of vanilla boy.
Yeah, sparkly, deep.
Deep.
Mm.
And the clone fragrance is Just As Rock. AZRAQ.
Okay, all right.
They both have that sort of similar sweetness.
The Elixir goes a little bit heavier on like the rich, deep vanilla, just a little bit. Whereas As Rock,
Yeah, Just As Rock.
Just As Rock is like to the other end of the spectrum, just a little bit fresher.
Yeah.
So, but it's good.
They both use the vanilla in a similar way.
Yeah.
And actually, I think they have the exact same note breakdown. So it's it's one of those deals where bottle-wise, this doesn't have a lot of similarities going on, but
Right.
then everything else does.
And as I keep smelling, I'm like, actually, you know, this is even closer than when I very first smelled it, I thought.
Yeah, to me, they're pretty close.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that an 8.5. That's actually, that's really close.
Another solid one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with these, it's, well, these last two were both Fragrance World. A lot of their newer ones that I've been buying have been a little bit better than like the OG ones, the first ones that I got from them. All right, from there we move on to, look at this.
I know, trust me, I have been eyeballing this. It's like obviously like the exact same cap.
Yeah, I mean, the cap is just goofy.
They
like
had
it
to
is pretty much the exact same.
How do you even know? It is the exact same. There's no way that they molded a whole different cap.
They just contacted the people and were like, yo, dog,
They had
give me
to.
that cap. I wonder if they're like, if you can, oh.
That's what I'm saying. They're the same cap. There's no way that, yeah, it's the same cap.
They're pretty close. So this is Halligan's, oh, he snapped his neck. Halligan's Roaring Radcliffe.
Okay. I like that name.
Yeah,
Roaring Radcliffe.
it's part of the Portraits collection, which are pretty cool. They have neat little names and cool boxes and cool bottles as well. So this one is sort of a honey tobacco of sorts.
Yeah, it's really rich smelling and it smells really nice.
Yep, and then this
It's a good
is
opening.
the Lionheart.
Yep.
From Georgians. Yeah, I think it's just so funny where they're not even remotely trying to hide like what's going on here.
Yeah, they, like I said, they had to have contacted, figured out.
Those caps are about identical.
They are identical. I'm telling you, they're the same cap. Period.
They weigh the same.
Yeah.
So
they are the same.
yeah, it's not like one is plastic or anything.
That's a good. That opening is like spot on. A lot of times the dry down are the ones that are like the most spot on, but in this case, the opening is. I mean, I almost can't even tell the difference.
Yeah, this one I think is goofy close.
Yeah.
Like for me, this is like just.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, this is one where it's just like it's the same.
I'm really trying hard to like.
Because like for example, this one, Epic. This is really good. Smells fantastic, but it's like a slight twist, like a slight variation on the trend. And this is like very close to this, but still a slight variation.
Yeah.
Those two, it's just like.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 out of 10 just because you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, this is basically this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually agree with you with that. Down to the cap.
Yeah,
So,
literally.
I've actually never seen a clone fragrance with a cap this ornate, where it's just the same.
Yeah.
At some point, it's just like, how is this? How do you even what?
Yeah.
So yeah. Then we move to Tommy Ford.
Yay.
This is Bitter Peach. You like peach?
I do.
You like peach
I
fragrances?
love the peach scent. I love the fruit. I've also been eyeballing.
You like the emoji?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, such a good fragrance.
And then this is Intense Peach. That's Bitter Peach.
Yep.
This is Intense Peach.
Yeah, I've been patiently waiting to get down.
To the peach.
Yeah. Yeah, dang, these are all really close.
Yeah, I picked out ones that I personally felt were pretty close.
I mean, some are, just like I said, ridiculously close. You can't even tell the difference. Like some are a little bit of a twist, but yeah, whew, Lord. Like what's the point in even paying for the real thing if you can get these that smell virtually identical? I don't know. I guess if you just wanted the name and you just want the real thing. You don't want a Gucci knockoff purse. You want the real Gucci.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Supporting the brand that released it originally.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are bigger differences in quality, but again, I try to pick ones that are pretty close.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
As far as how close it is?
Yeah. That's pretty darn close.
Yeah, I think both of these smell great. I like peach also. So I mean, I'm kind of basic when it comes to peach. Like you could give me a fragrance that just smells like peach and there ain't nothing else in it. And I'd be like, oh, that smells good.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, that's so great.
Yeah, so I like both of those. We have another PDM right here. Let me scooch this. This one is Sedley, very fresh parfum.
Oh, this is a good one.
You like that one?
Yeah. I do. I've smelled it a couple times, but each time that I smell it, I'm like, I smell it and then I go and I kind of, forget about it. And then I'm like, I smell it again.
It's like a little sparkly, clean, like a little green touch to it. Really fresh.
So good.
And then this is Mahir Legacy, which that one just looks absolutely nothing like the Parfum de Marly, other than there's a horse head and there's a horse on this bottle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Actually, I think this bottle shape is also freakishly strange, but.
Yeah, it's I've never seen another bottle shaped like that.
Yeah.
That's obviously custom.
Yeah.
This is good. It's one of those things where the knockoff, it's like a fake, again, Gucci purse. You can if you really know what you're looking for, you can tell that it's a fake. But, do you really care? Are you going to spend that much money?
Yeah, it's dependent on the person, of course. Yeah.
But the PDM smells just a little bit more higher quality. Just
a little more refined.
Yeah.
A little smoother, maybe.
Yeah. But we're talking a little bit.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's a clone of that. It's very obvious. And it's a very obvious good clone.
So what do you score this?
Oh, this is hard. I'm gonna give it a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
All that I was expecting 6.5 or something. Oh, I guess it's because of how close it is.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
No, it's a good fragrance, yes, but it's really close. Like I said, if you knew exactly what you were, smelling, and you just had that trained nose,
right?
That maybe you would be able to tell, but
yeah. So from there, it is Ganade. If you can grab that one, good old Ganade. So this one has a good amount of minerality to it. So to me, it's a nice atomizer. To me, it it reminds me of the smell of water coming through rock, something like that.
It's good. Anybody out there that says that they don't like the smell of Ganade or it's
yeah, it's got that fuzziness,
overhyped or whatever,
slightly sweet.
Ganade is good.
And then this is Brilliant Silver, and this is Rasasi.
Ganade is worth the hype.
So this one is one.
It's Ganade with a twist.
Sure. I was going to say this is one that I got in not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
But to me, it's got that kind of, that minerality when you first spray Ganade on. That has that as well.
Yeah.
So actually, I recently, just a couple days ago, filmed a video with that one where I first got it in. And I compared it to this one, because this is another fragrance that is like Ganade, but a twist. This is Masa by Lattafa. But I feel like Brilliant Silver gets a bit closer. So
yeah.
So here, smell this one. Sorry, I'm overloading you here. What do you think?
They both are darn good clones.
Yeah, just done in different ways.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, God, that's difficult.
Yeah, just throwing a curveball. So this one, to me, it has a little more sweetness and not as much of a focus on the fuzzy kind of mineral aspect of the fragrance.
I'm like Edward
that's the difference
Scissorhands
for
over
me.
here. Lord,
But let me move this so it doesn't get like, because that's not fair if I start pulling out. But you can rate that one if you want.
I'm gonna give it an 8. It smells really close, but you could kind of tell the difference. Maybe just a little bit, but you could.
So here we go. Imagination is the last one. This is a nice citrusy fragrance.
And I've been waiting because I love this bottle. It's so like...
Smell the Louis Vuitton.
It's so pleasing to the eye.
You like the green?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay. Here's this one. This is North Sag. Wow, with 3.
Oh man. I think I like that one more than I even like the Louis Vuitton.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's got a lot of citrus. It's very fresh, a little sweet, easy wearing. I actually think it smells great.
It does.
I really like this one.
It smells really great. I'm gonna get. I know I've given one of these already a 10 out of 10, and I remember
this one. I think.
Um,
No, was it?
Right,
No, you gave that a 9.5.
Did I?
I think so. I didn't write any of this stuff down. If you gave out a 10, I feel like it was for the.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
But I mean, this one though is for real like a 10 out of 10.
Just how it smells.
Yeah.
Or
How it smells, and like I don't know, it's good. I don't have anything else to add to that.
this one would be
really,
just
really
great
good.
for like spring, summertime.
Yeah.
And it's one that I think just absolutely slaps.
Yeah, I think that they took the Louis Vuitton and did something maybe even a little bit better with it.
Very sweet citrus. I think the main difference when you smell them side by side is the Louis Vuitton it has a touch of bitterness. Not that that's a bad thing,
Right.
but when you smell this one, that's replaced with sweetness.
Yeah, the bitterness really isn't there. And if you like that, kind of bitterness smell, then yeah, Louis Vuitton is gonna still be the winner. But I feel like that they just took that and did something even better with it.
So, do you want to run through these real quick and pick your 3 favorite overall? The ones that to you stand out the most.
Yes. The ones, definitely this one. It's really hard, like we had said a few minutes ago, it's really hard to stand out in all of these Angel Share clones, but somehow this one still does it. It still surprised me, and that hasn't happened with Angel Share clones in a long time.
Yeah, a lot of them are paint by numbers.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, oh yeah, that smells nice, but this one I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, that one's really, that one impressed me a lot,
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like an Angel Share bottle.
No.
This is rare nowadays.
Yeah.
And
this one, just because I can't tell the difference.
Okay.
You could spray that out. I literally could not tell the difference whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really close.
And also probably the code.
Okay. But not your trois?
I really like that one. And like I said, I think that they took that and did something even just like a little bit better. But those 3 are probably the ones that like stood out to me the most.
Cool. Yeah, so for me, I like all of these actually.
Yeah.
Like all 10 of these clone fragrances I think are all really, really well done.
Oh yeah, somebody that hasn't smelled a lot of these, they could absolutely be like a replacement for them.
Yeah. I thought about working in some that I think suck.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, I'll keep it to ones in this video that I think are all really well done. Like some of these I think are actually some of the best clone fragrances that have come out in the past couple years, just as far as like bang for buck, quality, the whole deal performance. Like some of these are legitimately fantastic.
Clone houses are really, they're coming out with some good stuff.
Yeah. You go back to when I started the channel, most of them were pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like some of those clones circa 2016, 17, even 18 were bad.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like from the big, a lot of these houses, right, had clones that were just...
Well, they've had more time. They've been able to really rein in what they need to do.
Yeah, the bang for buck is getting pretty wonky with some of these.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so there we go. These are her 3 standouts for me, just just all of them. Thank you all so much. Maybe next time we'll do some different clones. I'll work in some that I feel like suck, and I'll see. I won't tell you at the time when you're smelling them. I'll just see like if
You'll see if I have the same opinion.
Yeah. And if you do, I'll give you a clap, and if you don't, I'll judge you. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow. Another banger video. Bye bye.